Last map of the day, and we are into it straight away. EDG on defense, GenG on attack. GenG on attack. No Sentinel would kind of watch to see how fast they go. And Kang is pretty much here 50% of the time on this map, I'm not gonna lie to you. And that is why Lakia is just instantly looking at it. It's a lovely little early dink.
But just like Khan there, not winning that fight as he gets dropped on that defensive
Do they expect this guy towards short? Is the timing of the swing good?
Players right behind him. It's a pretty heavy stack up on B, and after finding that opening kill in this direction, especially if they took down Howdong,
lucky to get out of there, really. Spot the Viper over towards him. Wall comes in. There's a kill trip and a camera here.
It gets destroyed, and the cam's gone. A lot of control. Smoggy though with it. Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh, I mean, that one fell apart real fast. Yeah, pretty convincing. They get the plant down as well. Everyone survives. Spooky, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the prime. Thank you for the 3 months.
Well, that's exactly how you want to see it.
Appreciate the support, dude.
That Gen.G side of things, clean, clinical. And that's the thing. Okay, it hasn't worked.
Ooh, I like the jump around the corner to make sure they dodge the recon.
Agents that can take a lot of map control. I think obviously the one sort of detriment to it is
Kang is just he's obsessed almost with this pause.
That's the main worry. You can be flanked very easily. So it's something that they're going to have to definitely watch out for, but it allows for an awful lot of cool set plays.
Oh, early peak. Khan wants to get involved. Marshall
they have
out.
Jesus.
Shots being
they have a recon.
No bullets landing.
Oh, did.
The aggression from nobody has been spotted. They're anticipating it. There's not really much he can do in terms of continuing down that avenue. Gen.G have been super patient in a lot of these rounds that we've seen.
They know he's there. They literally know he's there. Drone to clear this as well. Karen waiting over towards middle. Yeah, done. Can get a shot after this? No. This has been nice from Gen.G at the moment. Yeah, it's very methodical. No risks.
They've definitely warmed up into this game, and you almost have to hope for EDG's sake they haven't called off, because
extra careful to join that. Oh yeah, they're really taking no risks. But honestly, if he gets the ping, it's like they either get him running back here or they get him running back here with this position.
I was basically like, how many kills can Khan get? And if it's not at least 4, they're probably losing the round.
46?
Which is not the sign you want to see. It reminds of almost EDG of old. He's the hero, and the rest of the team are just looking to try and put him into position. For this round,
30 seconds left.
Expectations incredibly low. Sure, he has
Chichu, yeah, he loves Nats. It does not surprise me as the Liquid Classic. Loves Nats.
Late luck. Now, there is a bit of a gap being left, but I think Lakia has now filled that. And it will now just be Khan remaining. I think they've already, well, they should have spotted the sniper. He shot a couple of bullets at them, so I don't know if anybody's going to want to feed him.
The only person I can see peeking that is Texture. The scope of his own on the Outlaw, and an advantageous fight regardless.
Okay, one.
Of where he hits.
Turns of the guns that can go down, though. Bad.
Kan's on his way forward. Understandable. You know, he's not going to look to carry a Marshall through to the next, but the Outlaw is holding the angle, and Texture.
And this is at least one person that has light armor, and I think this might be the second, so there might be 2 people that the Outlaw can get. Let's double check, because there's nobody. Oh no, he didn't use any util.
Altogether, a very positive start to this map for Gen.G.
And then Kang prioritizes the heavy armor and gets a Guardian. No extra updraft or smoke. Yeah, once they realize that the Outlaw's out, no one.
Like, bear in mind, okay, yeah, sure, they've managed to beat out.
No one taking any risks.
There's a chance they'll face them again. You've got the likes of Loud, Heretics, like all of these teams that can come back.
The control of A. Got a dash on this one, or I doubt it with the guns. Yoru, 1 orb away.
Not going to get any easier. Getting through first time definitely has its benefits.
Goes in, hits 2.
Already. Quite a bit of information. Both duelists being spotted outside of that A site. And considering that this is a bonus round, it has some real legs to it.
Especially in post plans here for Gen.G. If they can muscle their way into a site, we're going to have the Outlaw leading the charge.
They're really just trying to get some kind of picks. Looking for an overpeak at the moment. What's going to have to get made as we get to the 50-second mark. Can start seeing these group up.
With light shields, giving him free kills, giving him basically a wop upgrade.
Kind of nice, yeah.
Recon. It's in a good position. If anyone does go for that peek just to grab a little bit of info, they'll be in a lot of trouble. But the poison orb's up, and that should keep them back.
And They've got the information that they are still here. It's the split into middle that could definitely make things a little bit more interesting.
Yeah,
Trying to
Yoru.
almost bait with the shots. Ow, and they haven't actually seen it. Already first
Lovely kill. Ooh, Smoggy, 11 HP. Can he get another? Lakia somehow has to win this one, 20 seconds.
Back that little bit longer. Leaving just 2 players
man, the shots, bro.
It is a clean sweep.
Yeah, that was nice. 2 people really low, but they'll take that. Only an armor rebuy. Can gets his gun upgrade as well. They do have the Euro ult into this one, so it might be a little bit tough. Let's see. Kind of want to see on the defense if EDG have like a setup they like to do against the Euro ult, because it's becoming a little bit like a, once you play like a KO and you have like an anti-KO setup, becoming a little bit like that, where you kind of have to have like a setup for it. At least what I'm starting to see from like Sentinels and stuff. Probably Sentinels.
Managed to reap the rewards for that. Now, coming into round number 4.
Sentinels with a cake up, I can't
I'm a
remember.
little concerned.
Might have even been Heretics. I saw it from someone. Someone of this event did it.
He's got to fall back, so he's left his gate crashed.
Instant rotate, especially as the knife over towards B hit no one.
Like a recon.
Look how far back they've gone.
And yeah, I mean, they've made the right call rather than being blitzed on.
Look at this guy.
Has such a good angle.
Yeah, I mean, he can have a lot of impact from here as well. That's a lovely shot. He still has Astra Stars to help his team out.
The conductor from
the
back of the gun barrel spotted. The start from Texture.
A good plant as well. Still got Astra
so much more problematic. Clearing out these players from the back line is going to be impossible. Bear in mind, they've got snakebite lineups. They could use a gravity well, but I don't think they're even going to need it.
And here comes the mollies. One molly goes in. His mollies are a little bit to the...
Anybody even gets close to that spike, and they've already spotted both players.
Oh my god, he ate the flash. There's no way this guy's alive.
Also caught out Smoggy. A clean take from Gen.G with slightly comical close to it, but
yeah,
they won't mind.
I've never seen a man look so lost in my life.
They can't force into this.
The blind, he sees a player close, he has to run out of the smoke rather than get shot in the head.
Yeah, Can use that swing in.
It was beautiful. It must be so confusing for Munchkin to step into that scenario, seeing them back to back. I think they were shooting for a James Bond poster. 3-1. Gen.G in a prime position, Bladestorm online.
Yeah, so they wanted to force into it. I saw a few guns, but then they have the decision. And is this a tech or is this a timeout? Because it could have been an EDG timeout with them seeing them buying loads of rifles, feeling like he needed to intervene. But I reckon it's...
You don't want Gen.G to be just storming away, and as we can see, yes, it is indeed an EDG timeout.
Well, it is an EDG timeout, and I wonder if this is a timeout because they were tempted to buy into it.
2 rounds, they got a singular kill.
I saw some rifles getting bought out, and I wonder if this was like a timeout and actually guys were not buying on this.
The last round, again, just 1 kill. It was
trying to make sure that it doesn't like snowball out of control from risks that they don't need to take. Could also be in terms of seeing over towards A, the after plant, and realizing that they have to be more proactive. Especially when you think you got an Astra, Sova, Viper, like we got a lot of stuff for the after plants. They probably need to be a little bit more aggro. Yeah, could be any of those reasons why we kind of get this timeout.
Lunatic in texture, and then you've got 2 guys going, I'm in spawn, I'm line up out. Okay, there's the snake back gone. Okay, few seconds. There's the gravity well.
Also, we see an Astra Wall Euro ult on this map. Yeah, there's definite potential for it.
Sweating, you know, the sweaty guy.
Definite potential for it.
I'm in the fight. I killed one.
What are these two talking about?
Chilling, just having a nice time. It's a disgusting sort of matchup to try and play against.
I kind of blocked him out, but then I changed him midway, and then I'm like, wait, what the hell is happening?
Just so good at denying that.
Well, this is it. We've seen so many rounds where they just pump the brakes right off rip, play it super
slow. They really run through that smoke.
I'm not sure what Meteor just did. Maybe popping a flash through A main, then TPing right over to B.
I mean, it doesn't have any gaps. It's perfect.
To keep these players
Good luck, Chichu. Oh, he has the sick wall though. Oh, he had to go down to dodge the recon, right? Had to take the extra step down to dodge the recon, and then he got caught as he was trying to move.
Yeah, this round looking done already. Smoggy, he's going to get his ult online no matter what happens here. Well, unless he goes down to the spike, but I don't think that's going to happen. But the thing is, Gen.G is just giving them nothing.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know the meme one. I know what you're talking about now. That makes way more sense now you explained it, Toby.
ratty angles being held as well. Okay, sure, as said, you've got players like Meteor who just want to try
Oh
and
man,
farm
it's
up
a
as many
big
ults as
round for
possible,
4 people to
again,
survive. 1
as another
armor
player,
rebuy, 1 gun
around with 4
rebuy.
players alive,
Money is
there's been barely
decent.
anything to talk about in terms of EDG. The finances already off the charts for Gen.G. If they wanted to throw in an operator, they could comfortably on pretty much every single player. And this now has to be a response, because right now this is looking like a deflated EDG. This is not the team
This was
that we
enough
were
for an op,
singing the praises about
but they
in
don't want to
map
have an
one.
op.
Even Con
That might have been something to do with the timeout as well, and not wanting to have an op, maybe because of the double controller, and they need to go a little bit fast. Flash over towards middle, creating pressure. We don't actually have a... Oh, and a recon that goes down, scans all the middle.
It's a breeze right now.
One away from Sova ult with this one. KO Flash coming in to retake A main. There goes the Flash, there goes the swing. And the timing was a little bit off there. But it's okay, they got the info. Flash pop middle. Knife is about to hit over towards B. Can get shut down, and they have good timing going over towards B with the knife hitting no one.
Perfect comms.
Again, no success for Con in his aggression. When they played this map versus FPX to qualify, he was one of the only reasons they were even in the map.
It looks like a fake hit over towards B and then group over towards A. Clone goes in, TP's over towards here, Recon. Recon susses this out pretty early. 30 seconds. The timing on texture through tube is pretty much the most perfect thing ever. And someone on site needs to kill a lot. They both go down. Yeah, texture played great on this. I love the overall strat here, to be honest.
Like a walk in the park, or maybe a walk along the beach.
Maybe EDG needs to take some more risks, but kind of are in terms of canking over towards the middle, I guess.
There's no hope.
Yeah, this is a very strange position to find ourselves in, considering how we started this series out, Tom. I thought we were in for a quick day, and, well, it might be 3 maps, but with the way things are going, it could be in the runtime of 2. 13-8, 13-5, and Gen.G now leading 5-1. The question, how many rifles can EDG carry through to the next round? Already one is spotted towards the elbow, and there's the crunch coming in from Meteor. He gets one.
And he's not going to be able to save this.
Where do you go? They're willing to commit. They're boxing him in. Chichu knows his only chance is to come out swinging to try and take the fight.
Do another eco.
They pincer him. Unfortunately, nothing is found.
They used a timeout early.
EDG.
And do they want to get the op out?
It should also be their mental. This is a really tough position to play.
They had the opportunity to get the op out. And if we're doing stuff like that, surely you should be opping.
I think he's actually caught by his own teammate's flash initially. So unable to find anything on the peak. The push into middle also, they're just waiting. They're ready. And the second he's dead, it does just look like, okay, now they can go for their executes. They get rid of the real danger.
Double Marshal Guardian.
And the only round that they won so far,
now after this round, we actually have a trip over towards Tube. After the pressure that we had earlier, now they started to use Tube a little bit.
Again, the ult's being farmed up. Meteor 1 away, Munchkin 1 away. They've got a couple of Marshals to play with in this round, though. Maybe could try and do a little bit of damage, but that's all the optimism I have left. Recon
goes and clears all of elbow.
I mean, a little bit of damage. Look at their economy on Gen.G. Yeah. It's not going to do anything, like, short of them being able to completely break open this attacking side.
Ooh, that's a nice shot
by Smoggy.
Very nice shot.
Down already. Some economy damage. But we need to see a lot of rifles dropped, and really, we're looking for
a big duel at middle here.
Every
this could be big.
time they run it. Nice position. Oh, no!
Oh, man.
What's just gone away? And instead, it's a little bit labor, but it still works out for Karen.
Oh my goodness.
There was a chance that he gets picked off, but that luck was filthy. And again, look, they're just going to use the Cosmic Divide.
The timing on this one.
The afterplant. And do I believe there's any hope in the afterplant?
Well, this, I mean, they might as well just go for this. Yeah, they have no idea. They really thought it was a fake. I mean, they actually, you know what? They actually didn't spot the Astra ult. So they actually had no idea if it was B or A.
No one to be found. Rifles potentially retrievable.
Pretty sure that's right. They might have been able to see it from somewhere, but I don't think so. I think they were all so far back at spawn.
The real concern is Smoggy and Howdong being so low. A bullet all that's needed to take down the final
Oh
player.
man,
And it is
EDG.
easily.
Do they decide to get the op? This could be it.
As Gen.G tighten their hold on this map and on this series with a 6-1 lead.
Yeah, they do.
The one saving grace, Tom.
You can see it from top mid. Yeah, no one was top mid though. That was the thing. I'm pretty sure from when I said it. I think that's right.
If ever they were going to put another round on the board, this is really where you want to see it.
Yeah, not bad ultimates for a retake as well.
Okay, so op comes in. We need to look at a lot of the ults. Dude, that double timeout. Both of their timeouts done.
And that's because they are playing the late round every single time. Karen's lurks have been sublime, but they're so ready to just play in those after plant situations. Now, at least with something like a Hunter's Fury, maybe an aggressive push from Kong.
Both timeouts done, so you got to remember that when you're the kind of Gen.G coaches, sometimes it's good to not call timeouts if you're going to give your enemy team a chance to talk. So we'll see if they even want to do a timeout at any point during this.
Pretty much made him famous.
There's a Yoru ult up, right? Do you reckon he's telling him not to buy the op in a Yoru ult? Do you reckon they're trying to... Do you reckon they're talking about potentially what might happen and how they want to handle the Yoru ult? Okay, we keep the op into this. Yoru ult's here, and they're one away from getting an orb, so they kind of need to fight over towards A main, because otherwise they have Yoru ult to get over towards site, and then Viper ult up in the afterplant.
GenG coming in hot on breeze. An 8th round. About to kick
Kang over towards middle. He's kind of been getting dominated over towards middle a little bit.
As I said,
fake pressure from this flash. So the fake pressure, the whole plan of this is the flash goes in over towards A main. You think that the op is over towards A main because of the flash, but actually you have a late peek over towards middle. JGG, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the prime. Thank you very much, dude. Thanks for the 4 months. Oh, they get nothing for that one. Recon goes in. We get the orb in terms of the Viper pit. We get a plant that means that we can have it covered in the pit. And we have a little cubby for them to stick into. We have an Astra over towards B who could do a late lurk over towards short and can also see the spike from short. This is a done round.
Right now, they're still covering out some of this map. It looks like they want to go forward. There's a flank on the way from Karen. There's really not a lot going for this defensive side, even though it's a 5v4. The odds are stacked against them.
Yeah, so much needs to happen, and I don't even know if they're going to get anything again. Kong got caught with no gun in hand, and Karen is just doing so much damage, devastation. Smoggy at least.
Very nice round from GenG.
The stats because the round's already over.
They were they were steps ahead. Steps ahead in terms of this one. EDG needed to... So EDG were kind of like too focused... So in terms of if you're watching EDG right here, they're too focused on like trying to make it not obvious where the op is. Right, we saw the flash over towards middle in the previous round and actually he faced A main. And then we see a flash over towards A main and he actually faces over towards middle. I think they need to literally just be like, keep it simple in terms of guys, don't let them get this orb. Like, don't let them get this A orb. They have a Yoru ult to clear sight. They have a good Viper ult. We need to fight that a little bit.
For these players to be around, and that's the thing.
That was a nice round though in terms of GenG. That was like really sick.
They're running the one with the double initiator with the Cypher, and they're the ones that end up looking like fools in almost every single round. The fact is, I'll be honest, I've kind of forgot they even had a Cypher at this point. Like, I just don't think that Chichu's been able to find anything.
Hello?
Oh, it's gonna get one for free. Finally,
Munchkin furious.
I think that's only
Aaron,
number 2.
apologies sent over.
Really?
He's been...
I hadn't even copped that.
I think he was 7-1, unless he died last round as well, but even still, he's barely died.
It's a really nice Viper ult. Yeah, the...
Right at the end, so...
Fio or Desp? I can't remember who. And I want to say it was Fio, but it might be Desp. We're talking about this. Fio has one that has a cubby here, and I think Desp has one that has a cubby here.
The trade that they get there, right. Munchkin falling, it is big. It is removing a lot of the utility that gets them out to sight. Problem is, it was Kong dropped on the other side. That's your entry. Howdong tries to fill the role, and he's shut down immediately. Lackey is caught in the corner, though. Trapped
Where's his teammate?
Iron takes him down. Back up.
Well, the TP in. Okay, Smoggy has a chance to win this site. It's a classic, though, as in it's literally a ghost, even. And Karen...
There is still someone sitting around. There's going to be a bodyguard on the planter.
There is a bit of
deny it. And the real hope, okay,
Oh
that
boy.
was actually a good chance.
Less chance.
Some damage done. The eyes focused forward. Good flash. And good punish. Even though
There he
Chi-Chu
is, and
catches
Texture's
one
in a pretty
behind,
committed
he's
spot.
going to swing straight into this op. I like the cage. Great use of it. Great
Oh.
swing. Oh, but he doesn't hit the kill shot. 55 HP, but that's enough for Texture to still be able to duel. And with Meteor coming around the other side, I don't see a lot of ways this goes for Chi-Chu. He needs to be quick, clean, and clinical. Good shot, good correction as well. Meteor forced back, and the defuse is underway. No utility for the Yoru. It's going to be a drive peek, and
It's a very nice attempt, man. Real good attempt from Chi-Chu here.
For EDG, but again they lose.
Oh man, they can't get around. This was at least an eco.
It doesn't seem like there's any safe
Smoggy
for the defenders.
has enough money to buy him an op. Op comes out again.
A few pieces of individual brilliance, an aggressive push, some team play that worked out, but they met Meteor at the end, and they went extinct. 11 and 4 for him, but there hasn't been a weak link. That's been the major issue. Gen.G have peaked at the perfect moment, as they have done versus most of their opponents throughout this game.
Seems like the spirits are pretty high. I mean, they should know that they should have a fun time on attack, right? No Sentinel. They should have fun on attack at least.
They probably would have called a timeout coming into this round if they still had one, but they've burned them up. They're on their own now.
I cannot use that.
All on their lonely, just like the round count. Viper's Pit online for the defenders.
We're trying to do a. Oh,
you see a retake wall on B. One
oh,
that
okay.
lets them
This.
get close from middle and then pop.
No way.
He's out. Okay, cool. Oh, no, he's not.
Oh, what?
Oh, God.
What?
The damage is huge.
I mean, he got a kill over towards middle, and then he realized that he would be running back and in this area. That's ludicrous.
Ridiculous from Luckier. After a first map to forget.
Hey, that's. I mean, fair play, man. On the big buy rounds. Oh man. I feel bad for them. Chi-Chu takes a dink through the door as well.
No way back through for them now.
What the?
Nobody's gonna try.
That was impressive.
He's got some support, but again, there's a smoke to deny them immediately.
Yeah, they can't catch a break.
They
cannot catch a break right now.
Stolen away by Karen in the end, but 9-1. Whether you predicted the first and the second map, I think you're a bit crazy if you did. But if you thought this is how map number 3 was going to go, props to you.
Yeah, look at this.
And how is it living in
Not even a ping here. They pinged where he was. That was a ping. That is a ping down on the floor of where he was, and then he worked out he had gone all the way back over towards this area.
There was nothing to give away that player's position. That was a bonfire to Hunter's Fury, right?
That's sick. They're both doing it.
3 pulls of the bow.
That's so good.
Hit their mark. Bullseye after bullseye. 9-1. Gen.G are absolutely stealing this series away. They got dominated on their map pick, and then they showed up. They've only given 6 rounds on the last map in this one. Explain that one.
Fake time.
Either way.
And goes over towards middle. Man, Gen.G have played these buy rounds pretty cool, where they just like let them take middle and kind of just react a little bit. They've been taking A main all the time as well.
Frustration for Concom, because it is rare, no matter who you are, that you shut this man out completely. But that has been the story.
Another Yoru and
even being played with by an opponent. You can see just trying to make this awkward, try and make this confusing.
Oh, man.
And there's Texture. Even still,
it's still a nice trade though, and there's a lot of pings over towards B. I don't know how many people exactly that Yoru saw, but the fact they're checking these corners makes me think that it was 3. That is a huge duel. I think Kankan's getting absolutely wrecked at the moment when I watch him.
Game so far. Finally, we see there's a Cypher.
He got a tag, Tom. He got a tag.
It's because they're finally going B. That doesn't happen very often. It doesn't matter though. They're still losing every single fight ahead of them. Chi-Chu probably gobsmacked. They've actually entered into the B site. I don't know where he's hoping to go here.
No way, Chi-Chu got one.
He does at least manage to drop
Impressive.
the player planting, but it's after they've already planted.
Lovely
Just as
Astra
every other
util.
round
Oh
goes.
my god.
It is 10-1.
These last 2 maps have been pretty
Ridiculous.
convincing. And again, I think that EDG would have fun on attack, but when you only have like 2 rounds to play with or 1 round to play with, that is not enough.
You're right. Yeah, it was the pyramid play.
I remember
Flash
it
up
because
top.
it's the only thing that's
It's the only thing that's happened. Like, you could study this. You could watch this back again and again. Icebox.
Oh, look what they're buying. Look at what they're
I think I
buying.
need to reevaluate the Gen.G map pool. Nah, dude, I'm telling you, they have not been looking good on this map before. Like, I'm pretty sure their record is like 1 win, 4 losses or something.
What?
Where does he peak? Does he peak
3 ops, 4 ops. We have 4 ops.
They're waiting
Well,
for it.
when's the peak coming?
Disgusting.
They got a lot of backup guns.
As well.
Oh no, they know where
Texture,
is.
man.
What a disaster. Blade Storm used as well. Op shot fires out. It was Munchkin letting loose on that shot, swapping the weapon over for a Phantom, and they're still keeping the 3. It's just juggled around. Now it's Lakia who's going to be your opper. I don't know how they're running this. You know, you take 1 shot, then you juggle it over, right? That's your chance gone. Now it's someone
Yeah,
else.
and they throw the ops away,
They're already dropping.
down to half.
Oh, poor form. But they do have to make a play eventually. 50 seconds left on the clock. It's time to push forward. Hey, 2 ops on attack. It's
What's the bounty? No, it's not. Okay, this recon kind of lands the same time as you drone out.
You're taking space. There hasn't been a battle or a brawl in this round. EDG have played a little bit more passive.
Man. Oh, man. They realize he's going to push through the...
They're being battered. Khan
Damn,
again
dude.
tries to
This
be
is
the hero,
actually
but this time,
too
and
much.
every time, he has been shut down.
An impressive attack half.
Haodong, Chi-Chu. Well, that's nothing they could do. A nice shot at least. He'll know where they are. But knowing and doing anything about it is going to be another thing altogether. The plant not the safest, but that's cover.
Yeah, this is by far the most convincing their Breeze has ever looked. I mean, their attacks always looked okay. Their defense is normally not the one. But again, like what I'm saying is 1 round is just not the thing.
And it will have
Not
to be
enough.
an even more dominant one if they're going to turn this around.
Yeah, fair play if anybody can beat that moving forward in the event. I'm not expecting.
Kang, yeah, he got
any map.
really dismantled on this map.
Gobsmacked by this attacking side of Gen.G. 11 rounds.
And then when he had the op, it was like, I think they overfought some of the rounds a little bit, but like I understand the thinking of trying to make it unpredictable as to where he is to get him a kill, but by doing that, it felt like they gave them too much space that they could just perform what their ideas were, like really easy.
팀원들이 잘하는 플레이 방식을 약간 돋아주면서 더 잘할 수 있게 하는 게 제 아이젤 스타일링이기 때문에 저희 어느 선수든 나 이거 지금 해보고 싶다, 진짜 이거 할 수 있을 것 같다라고 항상 콜을 해주면 그런 방향성을 최대한 밀어주는 것 같아요. 크레이지 라쿤에서 속해 있던 저는 그때도 나이가 적은 편은 아니었지만 되게 성격이나 게임적으로 되게 어렸던 것 같고 지금에는 그래도 이제 청소년기가 조금 지난 그런 사람인 것 같아요.
Munchkin now just too late to the party, tries, and actually might do a little bit of chip damage to Tui's here if he doesn't get himself out of danger. Tui's taking a lot of damage from this. That's a little surprising as Munchkin now ready for it, gets it. He gives them the tiniest of margins.
사실 멀리서 이제 유럽 경기를 보고 북미 경기를 볼 때는 되게 다 무서웠는데 지금 마드리드 와서 보면은 퍼시픽이 가장 무서운 것 같은데요. 지금 한국 시간은 되게 늦은 시간인데 경기 끝까지 봐주셔서 정말 감사드리고요. 저희가 남아있는 경기들도 좋은 성적으로 걷어갈 수 있도록 노력하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Well, Munchkin's sitting 10-2 right now. I imagine he's going to be pretty happy with his performance and probably the performance of his team overall.
Wait, 2 deaths and one of his death was when that guy walked all the way from B. That was on him, I think.
Even the best teams in
the
world will refer
no, it
to
wasn't.
those
Yeah, it
pistols
wasn't
as a
him.
coin toss. That's not a coin toss I'd like to be participating in if I was EDG.
No, I think the word screwed comes to mind. If they pull this one off, we'll be raving about it for a long, long time.
He's only had like one kind of normal death.
They started slow, they built in map 2, and now they are looking unstoppable.
Double.
A chance for the first time in their history, not only making it
Munchkin
to a
has
Masters,
a Munchkin has one as well. He got
playoffs.
3
For a lot of
sheriffs.
these players, that was a dream that may never have come.
This camera is one of the better ones. You get to
With
see
a
a push
roster
from
that
here, and
many
you get to see
wouldn't
any
have expected to be
feet or
this
legs over
damn
towards
good.
A.
They are just 2 rounds away from making that history and being, well, maybe even one of the favorites to take the crown. Still, the players up against them are not ones that you can be foolish, that you can give chances to, and they have struggled on
Kill
this
over towards
defensive time
B.
before.
This push at middle.
EDG clearly not giving up just
Not this
yet, but
again.
this man in
Oh
pistol
man, I
rounds
thought it was
is
going to be that again.
devastating as ever.
Nearly made it doable.
The
I mean,
lurking
step
Karen
1
is
for
all that
EDG
remains.
out of like, what,
What's your plan?
7
It's a trap
steps
here
that they
as
need to
well.
really do.
Just gets caught by that. There's the info to play with. It will be a legendary comeback. Concon using Fnatic's pistol. He'll have to channel some of that energy and then some.
Yeah, you need more.
You want to see a crazy comeback? I mean, it would be cool.
It's a
It is
mini
slightly
victory, so to
doable
speak,
because
for
of GenG's
EDG.
comp.
11-2. They've doubled the rounds here with the pistol win. That's, yeah, that pretty much summarizes this game so far. It's been tough.
But that was the thing. We saw that comeback happen because of a fantastic tactical pause.
Do you reckon they'll have one, Tom?
No, not until overtime at least. They've got to do it on their own. The coaches, they mentioned it. I think it was Chichu in the interview we saw earlier. How much they think the coaches really impact them. How much they lead by example while they're silenced. You're going to have to rely, well, either on their opponents eventually taking one. I guess that will be the real possibility. Even still, though, Texture going for a little bit of an investment here. Other than that, not a whole lot to play with. And, of course, you don't really expect...
Going out over towards A, we got a Sheriff, we have a Marshal.
You can't afford to play a bonus round in the next.
Part of me sees this as a Gen.G round, but how things have been going. Texture's dealt with, though. And now my odds are switching up a little bit. EDG have site control. Man advantage.
Hey, they're hitting
times
some
3.
shots.
And, well,
Hitting some
it
shots.
looks like Gen.G will fall flat in this eco round. 1 kill for Lakia.
See how much damage
And we're
gets
at the
done,
stage with 2
if
rounds
anything.
needed for Gen.G.
If
I
anything
don't really
else.
care how much damage they do.
Right-click that.
They can make this a bit more costly. And for Munchkin, he's picked up a Sheriff. He's close to the spike. There's a couple players getting close to ultis. It's 11-2, though. He can do what he likes. Probably just going down to the spike.
Yeah, to be honest, they've had so many plays that have been based off confidence. I wouldn't even mind too much if he tried to just do some damage. They have such a
Yeah,
ridiculous
looks like he's
lead,
just going to
but
accept this one. Not too
clearly
bad.
just wanting to
Armor.
make sure that
Armor
they
and a
don't
kill,
give any
but
of those
it was
ults
the
over to
kill that
Concon
doesn't actually mean anything in terms of the
And
guns,
instead
so
we'll
it's
just
just
go
an
down to
armor
the
rebuy,
spike.
and they get a pretty good
Now, I
bonus.
fully expect that any weaker weaponry here for
what do you
EDG is
reckon?
just upgraded.
Keep the Marshal?
You can't be playing a bonus round.
Yeah, I was going
You
to
are
say, we're
too
getting rid
far
of the
behind. If you
Marshal
allow them
and
to get to 12,
taking
you're
a
playing
hit
for
on one of the
overtime.
Econs.
We are at least seeing rifles purchased up. It's still not going to be the best of buys, though. That's the thing. I think an Outlaw's been purchased in the place of a Marshal. That's
Yeah.
a slight upgrade at least, and it will
I mean,
still
2 people
allow
that he
them
can
to
one-tap.
buy into the next round, but even with the slight weaknesses, EDG need to win this.
Well, EDG has 3 rounds, and Munchkin has 3 deaths.
Double
It's been a
star.
pretty strong game for Gen.G so far, and now the rifles come out. As you said, EDG have some upgrades, but there's no such thing as, oh, well, we lost the bonus, it's all good.
I start onto
We gotta
this one,
win
that's
that
a
bonus, and
Spectre.
nobody's off to a flying start with Karen already down and out. Gen.G's numbers thin out for the A side.
I think we
Well, you see,
we
with
definitely
the wall
stick to
already
this a
up,
little
I
bit.
think they're gonna wait for
I'm
another
getting a bit
pulse.
of,
The wall
because of
goes
the
down,
comp as
Concon
well,
might have an opportunity
it's
to
very,
spray away. Good
it's very
spray
possible.
through. It's dealing some damage. Texture's forced
Especially when we're
back,
doing
caught
stuff
by
like
nobody.
this.
This is a good look for the side of EDG, trading out one after another. We said they needed to win this bonus, and it looks like they've got it
Not
locked
the
down, but
steps.
Meteor, yeah, has a free kill. And it's been left
1v2.
to a 1v2, very winnable for Meteor. TP, I love this. I don't know if he's going to commit. I imagine it's a fake for info, and then he can sneak his way through to the site, but let's see.
Both players sat
He has
back.
no idea.
He
Ooh.
does take the TP. It's being
Oh.
watched by Concon. Both players around this angle. It would
Oh.
have to be a mistake at this stage, and even Concon,
Good repositions from
one
them.
of the most confident players, decided
Nice
it's not worth
repositions
it.
from them.
Smart stuff
Hey,
from
handled
EDG,
very well.
not gonna
I mean, that's
overextend,
what,
and
that's step 2, really.
This is the exact start they needed to start what will be one of the most ridiculous comebacks of all time. Still, I don't think until we get to 8 or 9 rounds, I'm even going to start thinking
Maybe.
about what could be on the cards. And you can see the confidence that's there. Like, that push from Karen is ludicrous. It just goes walking out.
But Karen's been
You can
doing
kind
this
of
over
understand
towards
it at this
A
point
all
when
the
you won that
time.
many rounds in a row.
Like, he kind of just strolls into A main or just plays in his smoke all of the time.
Now, here's the interesting thing. 11-4. A huge lead for Gen.G.
Oh, this is an early
They
timeout.
decide to call a timeout.
Yeah, that's nice. And this kind of
Funny,
shows
'cause
just
you mentioned, Tom,
they don't want
earlier
to start
about
giving
how
him hope.
Chichu
because this comp can be pretty hard to play on defense.
EDG, saying how important it is for them to touch base with them. The Gen.G have given them an opportunity to do so, but obviously they're just concerned about closing this game out.
When your coach is Solo, one of the legendary Korean FPS players, you don't care who's on the other side. But I'll be honest with you. He is someone who was there at the beginning of Valorant. He was there in titles before Valorant for many, many years. He has so much experience that I think they're going to value that a lot more than, oh, okay, now After gets to talk to his team as well. I also think there is just an aspect of momentum breaking. Because the fact is, I think of any team that we have in the scene, you watch Khan's camera, when that guy gets pumped up, you're in trouble. So create the calm. Use your pauses for that. It might even just be a small talk.
Okay, another round for EDG to get ults. It doesn't really matter too much about their econ, really. They got enough that they'll never have to eco, but about ults now going in, they would love to get one of these ults online.
We're not here to give EDG away back in, and if you do, well, they will certainly take it. Yeah, big lead for Gen.G. Defensive side, couple of investments, but nothing huge. Mostly sheriffs, a marshal, and a bookie to back them up. For Gen.G, I mean, sometimes you'll see these rounds where you group up, try to play the numbers, but it's such a big map. It's not really a gamble they want to take.
Over towards A. There's a lot of A.
Pop off individually. I think really they're just thinking about the next round.
I'm definitely intrigued by
go around the corner.
On Breeze.
Okay, yeah, it does.
I'm not sure it's something that will necessarily be expected, but when you have that extra controller in the form of Karen, you can create little pockets for someone like
This is a little bit
playing.
scary,
Said, his resurgence
but
in this
I'm expecting this smoke
fantastic.
to get spammed pretty heavy. This smoke's going to go up, and then he's going to buck inside the smoke.
Go through being slightly trapped.
And can Karen shoot the...
Being trapped in the tier 2.
Oh, that's sick from Kang. Shoots the Astro, we don't have to worry about the smoke, and then Lakia's just forced to swing out.
Meteor, though, still
oh boy,
interesting. But he will fall.
I'm a little bit scared on that one.
A little bit out of the action, looking to keep the rounds to deaths ratio the same.
Yeah, and he's just talking through what he wants to happen to rounds, what they need to focus on.
Okay.
If we're being pedantic,
he's died a few more times. But for EDG,
there's more just Kang doing good in terms of hitting the shots. The overall plan here was pretty good. Shoot the drone, smoke up, Bucky in it.
Deja vu starts to ring true, but the attacking side has had a good run of things in this round at least. Damage is very minimal. Nobody and Howdong both extremely low to the Sheriff. They're just going for the exit towards the spawn. Yeah, well, Munchkin might not die to the spike. It depends how quickly he pushes out here. Still being watched on the cross, but he finds a nice, safe corner to go down to it. So he'll still be able to buy in the next 11-5. EDG on their way, but still a long distance left to go. It's worth mentioning, Lakia, well, he's 13-9 right now, 3 assists. He was 3 kills, 18 deaths, 1 assist on map 1. I mean, it was an abysmal map for him on Icebox, but Split and Breeze, he's back in the game.
Well, it still seems like it was the closest map so far, which kind of says how things are going elsewhere. But
okay, Gen.G get their op out over towards Texture. And Kang has his own op. And that is a double. You know step 3 that would be winning this next buy round? That helps a lot for step 3.
This man starts gaining confidence. Well, it doesn't get any better than that.
One shot. 2 kills.
This really has some legs. It really does have some legs.
On a very scattered hold. Look at the minimap. You can see those defenders are going to have big performances when the push comes down. And it looks like EDG want to shove into the A site. This is Texture's opportunity. The drone
goes in as well.
Could
kind of
clear
has to,
him, or at least keep him behind this Viper wall.
Back in the whole time.
It's about to go up and the push to come through. Texture, no dash. He's being silenced, suppressed, but he still fires back. 23 HP though.
And wrapped heavy.
Quickly circling him, encircling him, I should say.
Ooh,
and finally
imagine
taking him down.
Munchkin pushed through.
To do it all.
And
nice
this is actually doable, especially.
If he can buy some time, the flag will catch another off
Uh-oh.
guard, and now it's winnable again. Gen.G has suddenly found legs in the round, but a snake fight in hand
1v2, Karen,
leads to Munchkin's
3
death.
smokes.
Karen has to clutch this alone. He's keeping his opponent behind.
Okay, nicely handled from EDG. Big buy round. There's only texture that can't buy into this one, so Gen.G can still buy if they want to just go for rifles and just maybe have knives. We're buying.
This attack side is really picking up some momentum.
Somehow, Con is only 3 kills away from being top fragger. I don't know how that's a thing.
They're throwing the op off the map. They did. They threw it right off the map. I guess because Con has the Blade Storm, he's going to use that for what could be a much quicker round.
Yeah, I guess attempting something a little bit more explosive. Blade Storm available on the other side as well. But yeah, I guess maybe the surprise factor of that operator now being gone. It's not like
so
they
don't want the op anymore. And I mean, they're 11 up. Their money's so good that they can just buy an op again if they want it.
The patience. Interesting, actually, considering how
Thinking
passive
it
they're
could
holding
be
in this
an
round at
eco,
the
but
moment.
they should know it's a buy.
I feel like that operator could have had
Shock
some
goes
value.
in to break
Gonna
that. That's
remove
kind of
the cam
nice.
with a shock dart.
Recon goes over towards middle.
Chichu now
Doesn't hit
looks to
anyone.
reclaim
Kind of
that
clears all of these
control, something that
positions.
was given up
The one on the
earlier in
top
the
here.
round, and it looks like they might be about to use Kankan as a bit of a sledgehammer.
One of the first times I've
Information
seen
gonna be found,
Karen
though.
play over towards B.
Already clearing
Looks like
out
that was the main
main.
talk in the
I don't know if
timeout.
he's gonna get far enough.
They
Might
kind
be
of
able to
realized
spot
how
some
they
of
were
the
playing
players
over
in mid.
towards
That would
A.
be huge. He has. He's seen that they're still
This is nice though in
passively
terms of the
waiting.
ult.
TP
Clears
back
out
inside,
all of this
but
info.
means that they're not
Can
gonna pull
maybe
any early
heavier
rotations
rotate.
just yet. In fact, though, EDG are going to use that as a move towards B.
Cage up from Chichu as well. He's making his way around mid.
Does Lakia get over towards B in time to help them with the
break
recon?
through the B site. Viper utility
Looks like he
to
might.
block
Wall
them on
goes
the retake,
in.
But the fight is taken instead. Munchkin blinded up completely, but Con can't get it done with Karen on the side. 3 kills.
This guy's so
quickly
good,
found,
man.
and
This guy is so
the
good.
flag on the flanker.
Holy
Easy
hell, of course
peasy
Karen's
for
good for at
Gen.G.
least 1 and
Made a
in
real
6
handle on
chances
this
as
round
well.
from the get-go, and 12
Yeah, just
to
when they started,
6.
just when we
One
started
more
believing
need
a
for
little bit. Got to
Gen.G.
remember that
6
Karen can just get
chances
this.
to pull it across
It was a
the
good
line,
bait from,
and
who
I
is this,
am
Munchkin?
amazed
Stayed alive
by
for a
what
while.
we've seen in these last 2
Kind of just
maps.
used as bait on this one.
Gen.G squad, I don't know if they need to play a 1-map scrim before their next series, but they are just I would, if this was online, I'd say it's 5 different players, Tom.
Well, that is the thing. You look at their last few series, it does kind of feel like that. They always seem to lose one, except for an overtime victory for a 2-0 versus DRX. But that's also just something to talk about. The teams they're going through, it's not like they've had an easy route. You can't sit there and go, oh, you know, they beat one of the weaker teams in their region. They beat DRX, they beat
There's a lot of
PaperX,
ults.
they've beaten Loud. These are teams that
4
have
people
all
here, though? Oh,
been
man.
within top 4 at international events. Now they look to beat the China #1.
He did a
a
lot
team
of
again
damage.
who's been in the playoffs before,
Yeah, and this guy got tagged by it as well. Smoggy, low HP. This is where they need Chichu.
2 kills away.
And
from
Extra is
creating history
Extra is
for their
literally watching
organization
this.
within Valorant.
Oh,
And it's looked like
no
it is
way. The
dusted.
flash
Gen.G
ended up blinding
will
him
be
as he
the
turned the
second team to
corner.
make it through to the playoffs.
Oh,
Lakia,
man.
it is a return
No
to
way.
greatness.
Okay, nicely done from Gen.G.
Wow, what a resurgence
Nicely
for
done.
this man. Not only on the international stage
That's
and seeing not
Jesus.
just
That's by far
counting
the
down
best
the
their
years,
breezes looked.
but even in this